Welcome back. Joining me on the Red Zone now is offensive lineman Joe Guenther and defensive lineman Peter Mann. Guys, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
It's good to be here.
So, Joe, let's start with you. How has it benefited the Cardinals, having this bye week before you guys start that CCIW schedule?
This bye week was good for the offense because, first of all, it gave us a chance to rest and recuperate from our tough preseason schedule. And then once we got into the CCIW, we had a good chance to look over what we did wrong in the first 3 games and correct them in this bye week. So we had a lot of back to the fundamentals with pads getting lower, taking the correct steps, and really getting back to what made Cardinal football great.
And even though you guys have a 2-1 record at that first loss of the season, you guys really got to be proud of that because this is one of the hardest non-conference schedules the team has ever had.
Yes, we are proud of that non-conference schedule, and we're hoping that we'll see that through this kind of trial by fire, that we'll see a better performance through the end of the season and really focus on finishing all of our games.
It's all about just keep getting better and better each game.
Yep.
And Peter, you'll be lucky this game's coming around because it'll be the first time you're able to suit up this year. What's it been like, trying to fight through this injury early on?
It's been tough. It was really hard to watch some of the games coming on, but it was actually really encouraging to see a lot of the younger kids and a lot of the guys kind of like shift around. Like John had to come and play D-tackle, and then Dorian stepped up big, and even guys like Marco and everything. The entire D-line's been playing amazing. And just the fact that guys that we didn't really expect too much from are showing up and playing really good football is actually really nice.
Well, and that's got to help you guys as a defense as a whole because say it's the fourth quarter and you may need a little bit of a break. The guy behind you, you're just going to step right in there and do the job.
Oh, exactly. It's one of the nicest things ever because there's no way that any of us can play however many plays, like 60 to 80 plays of a game. So it's so nice that we can get take a break here. Like, hey, you take this series. Like, I'm gonna hang out on the sideline for a little bit, and it's awesome. So.
And when you were hanging out on that sideline while you're injured, does the game look different to you? Were you looking at it almost as a coach, or were you just gearing to get out there?
I tried to look at it as a coach, but it's a little difficult. I was pretty excited to go out there, and sometimes I just wanted to go out there and run, but. Sometimes you got to sit back and just try to take some mental reps, and that's what I try to do.
Joe, and you were a part of an offense last year that broke scoring records, rushing touchdown records. Do you guys feel that this Cardinal offense, has the ability to sort of be where last year's offense was as well?
Of course. We have great returning running backs, and we have 4 starting returning offensive linemen. So there's no doubt in my mind that we should not only meet the standards of what we set last year, but we should exceed them. So.
And is it different for you as an offensive lineman when there's a different quarterback back there? I mean, obviously, so many people talk about the quarterback-running back exchange or the quarterback-receiver exchange. Is it different for an offensive lineman knowing how a quarterback makes reads and sort of scrambles?
For reads and scrambles, not really, because the quarterbacks that we're playing with right now, we have both Tassio comes in the pit bull formation, and then we have Spencer. Spencer I've known for the longest time. We dormed together since freshman year. I knew him in high school even because we were rival high schools. And then Tassio is just so calm and confident in the pocket. It's when I sit there, they make me look good. It's really more them than it is the O-line lately because they sit there and they know what we're going to do and they can just react off that and make the big plays off our actions.
That had been tough the first time you had to block for him, being an old rival.
Yeah, at first I was sitting there and I was like, okay, so you beat my high school 4 years in a row, but I'll keep you safe this game.
Well, and you guys have won the trenches on both sides of the ball, but also, Peter, in the secondary, you guys have been ball hawking. Last year, the team gets 24 interceptions, leads the CCIW, ties a national record. How has the secondary tried to respond from last year and carry that into this year?
Well, the secondary's been practicing a lot on ball drills and stuff like that. And another thing we do is we always try to score a touchdown when we get an interception. So it's actually a D tackle's responsibility to get the quarterback. So anytime in practice, if you see it, someone yells, get the quarterback, and whoever is in a D tackle has to go and block the quarterback so we can kind of escort them into the end zone.
It's got to be fun laying a hit down on a quarterback.
Yeah, I think we're all pretty excited that we kind of get to block him. So.
But you guys will have your work cut out for you this weekend against Elmhurst as they have their top running back, their quarterback returning. Have you been focused on those 2 main players in this week's breakdown and game planning?
Yeah, we definitely have. Scotty Williams is a great running back, and obviously Furco we've played against them for the past 2 years, and they're both great. And their offensive linemen also are very good too. Probably one of the quicker O-lines we've seen. They've all played together with the exception of their one guard. So we're ready to play some football and have a fun game.
Should be fun in the trenches.
Definitely. Always is fun in the trenches.
And Joe, the offense, you guys are facing a defense that returns its main tackler in Wayne Tuxton. He was second in the CCIW, led the Elmhurst Blue Jays in tackles, not only solos but assists. How are you guys sort of focused? Is he like the one guy you're focusing on defense, or is it the defense as a whole?
He is an important part of their defense, so we can't neglect that aspect of their defense. But still, when it comes down to our schemes and everything, we look to attack the entire defense because that's what's going to make us big plays. If we focus on one person, then that's going to take us out of our game plan. And our game plan is what has made us so successful in these past few wins that we've had, is that we don't sit there and we don't single one guy out. Because if we focus on him, then we're losing our assignments. If we have two guys on one guy focusing on him, that's one receiver that could have been open for the big play. And so we'll see him and we'll focus on him, but we know that we can block him and that we can make plays off him.
With 6 straight CCIW titles under the Cardinals' belt, do you guys feel a little bit of a target? Do you feel like you're the team to beat, or do you sort of like that?
We do feel a target every now and then because there is a lot of smack talking on the sidelines of people who want that ring, who want that title of being the CCIW champion. But when it comes down to it, it's like, as a team, we haven't earned nothing yet, as our coach always says. He goes, we have 0 conference champions because this is a different team than last year. So we have to go out there and prove to them why we were the 6-time champions and why we're going for another one this year.
And it seems like every week there's going to be some hard-nosed bickering between the two teams. I mean, we saw it last year against Wheaton, against Illinois Wesleyan.
Yeah.
Peter, how do you guys sort of keep your calm, keep your cool, and respond on the field?
Well, like you said, with us kind of being have the target on our back, we're always getting the team's best, and they're always going to bring their best, and that's kind of what we want. I mean, we don't want to go into a game and blow them out by 70. It's fun. It's fun playing hard-nosed football where anything can happen, and those are the games that I love playing. So.
Well, to be the best, you have to beat the best. So best of luck this weekend against the Blue Jays, guys.
Thank you very much.
We'll be right back and look at other fall sports in action with North Central Sports Information Director Clark Dusher. Keep it right here on the Red Zone.